to dig a pit.
Avalanches only occur on slopes about 30 degrees or steeper and only occur when the snowpack is unstable. Stability tests like the compression test and the Roosh block test give us some indication of snow stability. Stability tests should only be performed on short, safe test slopes and should always be used in conjunction with other observations.
Often nature gives us key signs of instability in the snowpack. These are recent avalanches, shooting cracks, whumping noises, heavy wind loading. We can use snow stability tests in conjunction with nature signs of instability to give us a pretty good feel for what's going on in the snowpack. And we're going to show you two different snow stability tests that work pretty well. The compression test is a great test because it's quick and easy to do. With the compression test, you want to isolate a column of snow a little bit larger than your shovel blade. I make a mark in the snow like that, and then I cut with a snow saw down through the snow on both sides. And the idea is to isolate a column of snow.
The compression test estimates snowpack stability by applying increasing amounts of vertical force to a shovel blade placed on an isolated column of snow 12 inches by 12 inches. Force is applied by tapping the shovel blade a maximum of 10 times from the wrist, then 10 times from the elbow, and finally 10 times from the shoulder.
Now that the column of snow is isolated, I put the shovel back on top of the column and I tap on it 10 times from my wrist. And I'm waiting and watching for any failures in the snowpack. So nothing failed with tapping from my wrist. And now what I want to do is hit the shovel harder. So I'm going to tap it from my elbow 10 times. And this is putting a lot more force on the snow, and we just got a fairly clean and planar shear about 6 inches down from the snow surface. Now what we want to do is we want to look at what failed in the snow. So we're going to look at what the culprit weak layer is. And in this case it looks like it's a real sugary, weak, faceted snow layer. And this indicates to me that we have fair stability. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep hitting the shovel and looking for deeper shears in the snowpack. And right away we get another one, about 6 inches deeper, a little deeper than that. So we're down, 14 inches from the snow surface. We want to look again. This is a fairly clean, planar shear. What's going on? We look again, looking for the crystals. Sometimes there's very big feathery crystals stuck to the block or the bed surface here. That indicates surface wear. But in this case, we have this real weak, sugary stuff once again. So now we've got two weak layers in the snowpack that we're dealing with. Again, this is indicating that there's a fair stability. And now we're going to hit the shovel harder, 10 times from our shoulder, and we're really going to put quite a bit of force on this isolated column of snow. And I've cut all the way down to the base. And nothing else failed. And this is indicating that we have a fairly strong snowpack down there. It doesn't mean that there's not any weak layers there, but that the snowpack is fairly strong. So overall, with these two weak layers in the snow, we've got fair stability, and this is something that I'm going to be tracking for the rest of the day.
To summarize, if a fracture occurs while tapping from the wrist, poor stability is indicated. If a fracture occurs while hitting from the elbow, fair stability is indicated. If fractures occur while hitting from the shoulder or no fractures occur during the sequence, then good stability is indicated. Deep fractures and smooth planar fractures can be especially dangerous.